Hello, hello, hello. It's me, A Link to Reno. It's been a while. It's been a while. Possibly, it's technically only been a day. Also, my camera's not focusing. There we go. Technically, it's only been like a day. But, you know, yesterday we couldn't get my internet to work, so let's try it again. I'm going to try to stream Sonic 3 and Knuckles today. At least a little bit. I think I want to at least play for like 3 hours, maybe. I think that would be good. Because I do want to do some other stuff. And then I'll only stream Sonic 3 and Knuckles today. Unless if I don't finish Tales of Story. If we do finish Tales of Story, if I do finish Tales of Story, tomorrow we'll play Demon Tides. Otherwise, I might stream some more Sonic 3 and Knuckles until we beat Tales of Story, and then move on to Demon Tides. We want to do like one story a week when it comes to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which means that by next week, I want to be done with Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So just wanted to clear that out of the way. I know that I wanted to play Demon Tides last week as well, but I was too busy dicking around with my car and stuff, just having a good time. So with all that being said, let's try to stream. Let's play some Sonic 3 Air. My internet so far is decently stable. Let's hope it stays that way. Or else, I'm gonna be very, very disappointed. Which is, everyone knows that that's worse than being angry. Oh yeah. It's been a while since I played. Let me sit a little bit further from my screen. By the way, I've come to make an announcement. Yesterday, I got the Stage 7, Level 7 A-side Strawberry for Celeste. Now I just need the B-side for that chapter. Like, that's one of the ones that I still want to get that is going to be very tough. As that level is almost as long as the A-side, just harder. Pretty much. It's pretty much the same length, but quite a bit harder. So, I'm gonna try to do it, but it's gonna be tough. Now, yesterday, before I quit my attempt at streaming, I did change around the options for Sonic 3 Air. The Tails playthrough, normally Tails has the exact same level design as Sonic. He can just exploit some stuff that Sonic can't on his own. The other key differences would be stuff like Tails cannot get super, when he gets the 7 Chaos Emeralds, he doesn't go super, but he does get a super form when he gets the Super Emeralds. So after getting 14 Emeralds, he's finally allowed to go super. And the reason for that is because, one, they want to show that Tails is weaker than Sonic. He's a little bitch. He's a little baby boy. And because that way, they have an excuse to give you the most busted super form in the game when you do finally unlock it. So it's still worth it to get the Chaos Emeralds and the Super Emeralds as Tails. But Tails does not have Doomsday Zone, at least normally, because, ironically, Tails does not... He doesn't turn into a Dragon Ball character when he transforms into Super Tails. So, Tails does not get Doomsday Zone. He doesn't deserve it. I don't make the rules. Sega does. So yeah. The casual appeal is usually that Tails can reach the upper routes that Sonic has a harder time reaching. That's why you'd want to play as Tails. He's essentially the easy mode, which is also why in the original game, you can't do the final level of the game, regardless of how hard you try when you're playing as Tails, because Tails is the easy mode. Play the game as Sonic if you want the true final boss and stuff. Which, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't hate it, because by default, I would usually play as Sonic anyway. So, your eyes would die playing this game? I don't think so. I think you're being dramatic. That's right, your opinion doesn't matter. I said so. Like, when you're actually playing it, like, the lights and stuff on my screen are just accentuated because my webcam has these weird filters on it. But, like, in terms of, like, colors and stuff, Celeste is about as bright. It'll be roughly the same. Now, these Blue Sphere stages, absolutely. They take some getting used to. You need to know where to look to not get disoriented. And I'm perfecting them, so I'm doing more than you need to. The longer you spend in these levels, the faster you move. Alright, like Tails, Sonic, Knuckles, they all just accelerate in these stages. So it gets harder to look at and harder to play as you go on, which makes perfecting these kind of hard. Which, in case you didn't know, perfecting these just means collecting all the rings. Normally you just have to get all the blue balls. That's why Sonic fans usually call this type of special stage blue balls, because it's funny. You just gotta collect all the blue balls, but as you can see, if you collect all the rings, you get perfect blue balls. I got all the blue balls and all the gold rings. All the cock rings. That's like the thing with these special stages. I do like them the most out of all the classic Sonic games. Just because you don't need to collect 50 rings, you just need to find a special stage entrance and jump into it. And that's it. You don't need to scour for rings and then, like, keep them. Because that stuff was annoying when it comes to the other games, especially like Sonic 2 with its checkpoint system. Actually, no, Sonic 1 was worse. So you had to carry 50 rings to the end of the level in order to get a chance at getting a Chaos Emerald. And it wasn't guaranteed that you were gonna, like, get the Chaos Emerald, because you can lose in all special stages. You don't want to lose, alright? You don't want that to happen. Now, in general, I don't like playing as Tails, because while his flight ability is really useful for, like, exploring levels if you don't know the levels yet, because you can fly for quite a while. Like, eventually you do stop, but as you can see, like, only now am I descending. That's pretty cool. That's a cool ability to have for, like, a first-time playthrough. But Tails cannot use the abilities that come with the shields, right? Because normally the fire shield can let you do this super cool dash that gives you, like, an extra boost. The bubble shield lets you bounce and breathe underwater. And the electric shield lets you double jump and collect, like, rings, like, have them magnetized to you. And Tails gets the passive effects, like, when having the fire shield, you're still invulnerable to fire. The electric shield's still invulnerable to electricity. Yada yada, you can still breathe underwater if you have the bubble shield. But you don't have the extra abilities that come with those shields, which makes them a lot less fun in my opinion. But you know, it's like a trade deal. Sonic is a little bit more difficult in terms of platforming, but you get a bunch of cool extra stuff. Tails can fucking fly, which, you know, that's busted. But he doesn't get all the extra fluffy cool stuff. And Knuckles is kind of like a middle ground. He can't fly, but he can glide in style like Buzz Lightyear. And he can climb walls, which is pretty busted as well. And he can even punch through certain walls, which makes his level design the most different from Tails and Sonic. Because Sonic and Tails pretty much have the exact same levels, and while Knuckles' campaign takes place in the same levels, he can go to completely different areas. Because the biggest downside of playing as Knuckles is he has a lower jump. So there are some areas that Sonic and Tails can easily reach just by jumping that Knuckles can't, because he's got weak legs. He skips leg day. I didn't perfect this special stage because I wasn't thinking. But it's okay, I already did it as Sonic. I have nothing to prove. So yeah, that's normally how you do it. If you're not trying to flex. All that getting it perfect does, by the way, is it gives you points. And if you get enough points, you get, like, continues, and, like, your score builds up in the top left. There was an achievement in this version of Sonic 3. I'm playing Sonic 3 Air, which is a fan game. There are achievements in this version of the game, and one of the achievements had you get, like, 1,000,000 points by the end of the game. I already did that as Sonic, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. That's the only reason why I would care about points. Because achievements give me fulfillment in life. But, yeah. So I don't really give a shit about points right now. It's fine. I'm just gonna think about it for the next, like, 3 hours. Like, damn, I missed a perfect. And I'm gonna do it again, too. Because now there's no point. I'm also using new level design. So since Tails and Sonic's levels are the same, the exact same one-to-one copies, for the second playthrough that I'm doing with Tails, I'm using the redesigned levels that are exclusive to Sonic 3 Air, Angel Island Revisited. They redesigned the levels a little bit, and Sonic's playthrough we did with the original level design. This one we're doing with the slightly altered level design. So, I'm not collecting these rings. Fuck it. I don't need them. That's right. I'm done. I missed one. It's over. I'm just gonna collect the Chaos Emeralds so that I can transform into Super Tails at the end of the game. Because Tails is weak. That's right. I'm bullying a child. It's my favorite pastime. Outside of playing Sonic games. That would be... that'd be a close second. By the way, I know why you want to skip Resident Evil later today. I get it. Those controls are pretty awkward. But I'm not skipping Resident Evil 1. I know how fundamental that game is to survival horror in general. I owe it to myself to play that game at least once. And, like, all the way through. I owe it to myself. Look at me go. Shaking my butt. Yeah. I think I'm gonna use the tank controls, like the classic style. Because I think I'm gonna have a better chance playing the game like that than with the redesigned controls. Also, just because I know that we're not gonna play any of the classic Resident Evil games. Like, we're mostly gonna be playing the remakes. And I feel like, again, I owe it to myself to play Resident Evil 1 with tank controls, because normally the first 3 games have tank controls. But because the Resident Evil remakes are so cool, they fully, like, redid those with third-person action shooter gameplay in mind. Action shooter is kind of unfair to Resident Evil 2 remake specifically, but you know what I mean. Look at this. I'm just holding right. You don't have the old ones? Yeah. I do. I definitely don't emulate them. Whoa. But no, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the new ones. In fact, in a lot of ways, like, the old ones are very dated. I think the only exception that people would argue is Resident Evil 3. Because the Resident Evil 3 remake cuts a lot of content from Resident Evil 3. Instead of just adding to it. Like, it does expand on the content that is in the remake, but it also cuts, like, entire sections from the PS1 version. Because, like, it was kind of a mess. Out of all the remakes, that one's, like, the biggest mess. And it's still a good game. Like, a Capcom, like, Resident Evil game mess does not even come close to the types of messes that I've dealt with. I'm a Sonic fan, in case you didn't know. In case you can't tell. Ooh. Okay, this top path wasn't there in the original level design. This is unique to Sonic 3 Air. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Pikachu right now. Oh, my internet's... Oh. Don't you do it. I saw it drop. Don't you fucking do it. I'm not a Tails fan. I hate Tails. Tails sucks. I'm kidding. Tails is fine. It's just he's a little boy. He's just a little guy. I do like the music in Hydro City Zone. I'm running past all the secrets, but I don't care. I don't need them. I have like 7 levels to get Super Tails. And I'm not gonna fail the special stages. Because out of all the classic games, I am the absolute best at the 3rd game. Yeah, like... I have my OBS that shows like when exactly my ping drops a little bit. So that, like, sometimes, because sometimes people are just like, hey, stream quality shit, and I'm like, no, it's not. This time it's on your end. And it's like, I'm always gonna check. But sometimes it really just is, like, it is what it is. Yeah, like, I think the reason why when I was younger, like a young teenager, when I first played Sonic 3 all the way through, I ended up liking this game the most, and the reason for that is probably because of Sonic Mania. Because I think I was like 14 or 15 when I first like decided to 100% all the classic Sonic games for the first time. Because I was more of a 3D Sonic fan as like a really young boy. So when I got introduced to 2D Sonic, like the classic style specifically, it was through Sonic Mania, which is a banger game. It's probably one of my favorite Sonic games ever. And that game has a lot of Blue Sphere. It has like 80 levels of just this, with the 14 levels of this included in that as well. So I got really good at Blue Sphere because of Sonic Mania, because I wanted to get all those achievements. It's kind of like trauma in a way. Stockholm Syndrome. I need to make sure to get another electric shield. Oh, I don't have the insta-shield. Sonic has this special move where he can essentially do a perfect parry on enemies, if you were to compare it to modern games. Like, when you jump, you can press the jump button again, and he'll do, like, a one-frame animation that if you hit an enemy that's currently attacking you with it, you won't get hit. So it's pretty sick. Here, you always have to do this. Oh, no, come on. Yes. That's required. If you don't do that... Yeah, I mean, he even fights dragons, like in Dark Souls. He has a sword, like in Dark Souls. Sonic and the Black Knight is basically Dark Souls. Can't wait to get to that game. People either love that game or hate it. I am in the camp of, I think it's stupid, and I love it. That's a Wii game, by the way. I've been having a great time recently, though. I've been practicing my driving. So much fun in my new car. Just having such a jolly old time with it. Finally gotten used to, like, my handbrakes, my gears, like, the way my car's set up. I've been blasting Sonic music while going down the highway. That's the life, man. That's the life. I'm so upset that my exam is in June. Though I don't think I'm gonna pass on my first try. Still, even if I just had the illusion that, like, at the end of May I could have had my driver's license, that would have been so much fun. I don't want to take the train. I have to get off in Brussels. That hurts me physically. The reason I'm dicking around here is because, I'm pretty sure there's a... No, I'm thinking of another room. Or it might be changed in the air level design. Look at the water dripping from the top. There must be water above here. That's not water. That's just Tails. Tails' head. That should have been blood. Honestly, like, you don't even need to take my word from it. I can count on one hand the amount of times I've been there, and I hate it. I think it's just an unpleasant place to be. Then again, in general, I'm not a big fan of cities. Especially not, West European cities. For a variety of reasons. Not a big fan of it. Also, I've just been going on autopilot, but I did say out loud that I need to collect an electric shield. Because there's an achievement for shocking a bunch of fish. And I haven't shocked any fish. Oh, I was on autopilot again. By the way, Mario Galaxy ripped off Sonic 3 and Knuckles. See this? How you're looping around on a sphere? That's right, it's Mario Galaxy. I can't believe Nintendo would rip off Sonic 3 and Knuckles in 2008. When this game came out in the 90s. I can't believe they do that. Such a scummy company. This is why I hate Nintendo. This right here. Nothing else. They haven't done anything else that I consider wrong. Like, selling a Game Boy Advance game for 20 bucks when you have a subscription service specifically for Game Boy Advance games, that's fine. I don't give a shit about that. Selling the same game twice for 20 bucks, that's a 20-year-old game, that's no problem. But ripping off Blue Spheres from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, now that is a crime. By the way, you should clap. That was really impressive, jumping over those two red balls so that I can collect my blue balls. That's a frame-perfect input right there. And I did it like 4 times. Cinema. You only get this type of gameplay from a Sonic maniac. Only one more Chaos Emerald required. And then, I get nothing because Tails is weak. He needs 14 emeralds to transform into Super Saiyan. What a pathetic child. You better at least get an electric shield, Tails, or I'm gonna zap you. I'm gonna put a collar around your neck. Tails, Piker. My boy. Oh, that was different. Well, I couldn't pull the brakes there, so I'm not exploring that, but that was different. I can assure you of that. Okay, maybe I can get some... No, this is not one of the shield bonus stages. That's too bad. Let me get out of here. Hey, Luca. My internet's doing better today, so I won't have to go stream porn games on Discord. To alleviate my frustrations. What the? I'll take it. What's down here? Oh, gosh. I got pegged. Yeah, oh my god, I'm back! I haven't really done much today, to be honest. I brushed up on my theory for my driver's license some more, and I read some manhwa. It was one where I thought I was going to be reading a new manhwa, and turns out it was just a reread, but I'd forgotten about it. That's what happens when you switch websites every now and then because they get taken down by the internet police. Psh, pathetic. It also doesn't help that I don't remember the names of anything that I read. I'm just like, yeah, it was one where it's like Chinese shit, you know? Like aura. Aura and like drugs and stuff. Yeah, you know the ones. And it's like, even with a dumbass description like that, anybody that can relate to this will have like 3 series of minds. And they'll be like, oh yeah. I just wanted to do that. I didn't need to do that. I could just loop around another way. I just wanted to. Sadly, it was one that wasn't finished. And honestly, I don't even think it got that much further from when I'd last read it. Because, yeah. Like, I think, like, as I was reading it, I was remembering everything. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this part before. Yes, I've read this part before. Yes. This is very familiar to me. And then, like, I got to the final chapter and I was like, that was familiar too. Did this manga get zero updates? At work, I've been rereading another manga. This time on purpose. Oh. I didn't know that circled back around. Well, color me surprised. And that's actually from the original level design. I've been rereading The World God Only Knows after catching up on 100 Girlfriends again. I like reading like sloppy romance at work because I can stop reading that at any time. If I'm only reading it 15 minutes at a time, I won't get too frustrated. Whereas if I'm reading stuff that I'm actually like involved with, that I'm like, I can't do that. I need to be reading those in like binge reading sessions. 15 minutes is not enough for that. I'm gonna build up some speed. But yeah, now I'm rereading The World God Only Knows. Banger. Very fun. As a gamer myself, it's super duper relatable. I don't know why I'm doing that. Didn't get down. I think this is where the boss is. I would like to... No. I need an electric shield. Can I get a checkpoint or something so I can get another shot? Nope. Well, I guess I'll have to replay a level. Or do it as Knuckles. I still got another playthrough ahead of me. Knuckles, don't you do it! You bastard! Ah! Bullying a child. Knuckles is based. Oh, now I can get an electric shield. Oh. The bubble shield would probably be better, though, for this boss fight. Since it does take place. Electric shield. No! Please. Another. No, please. Just a crumb, sir. Just a crumb! No. No, The World God Only Knows, it's pretty much just like, it starts out pretty basic. It's this idea of, like, runaway spirits. They run away to the gaps in girls' hearts. Specifically girls. And our protagonist needs to let those runaway spirits out so that his partner can catch them. And how do you get those spirits out? It's by filling the gaps in their hearts, by making them fall in love. And our protagonist is pretty much just a dating game addict. He loves dating games. That's his thing. He's really good at dating games. He's the god of dating games. And he pretty much just uses dating game strats to conquer the hearts of the girls so that the spirits come out. And conveniently enough, in the beginning of the series at least, every time that a girl gets conquered and a spirit runs away, their memories of the events get wiped. So, outside of like some omakes in the beginning, there isn't really a lot of, there's no real like follow through when it comes to like relationships and stuff. There is some of that later on in the series with like other arcs, but the premise is that, like, if that doesn't sound interesting to you at all, then I don't think the series is going to be for you. It is a lighthearted comedy, for the most part, so. Don't go here expecting, like, good, dramatic romance. It does have, like, I think it has some heartfelt moments. Like, I do think it does have, like, some fun romancy bits. But you're not going to be sitting there like, oh my god, I ship him with this girl. Gosh, I need to see them together and make a baby. No, you're not going to be like that. At least for the largest part of the series, you're not going to be like that. Oh no. Oh my god, time for the Beyblade. I loved this mechanic as a kid, and I always got myself killed with it. Because when you're going this fast, you can get crushed very easily. And I try to take it with me in parts of the level where you're not supposed to take it with you, and you just get crushed. It was awful. By the way, Luca, that's the story of my life, man. That's all my villain is from. All the ones that aren't finished, I'm sitting there like, bruh. I've reread them like multiple times, where it's like, oh my gosh, there's nothing. As a kid, 100%. I'm a bit detox now. I play slower paced games. Like, what's a slower paced game I enjoy? Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, you've talked to me about that one a couple times, Luca. I think, and I'm 100% sure I've read it at this point. If not, back when you recommended it to me, then before that. Yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club. That's the only example you need, right? That's a very slow-paced game. It's a slow burn. I love Doki Doki Literature Club. Yikes. I don't think I'm ever gonna be reading like the web novels for a lot of these series. You know what? Let me go up here. It's useless. Kill me. I think the only series that I kind of did that with was Mushoku Tensei. But I'm not caught up on the light novel either. Well, I say caught up, but I bought the entire series, but I think I'm like still on the... I don't know what number it is. I know it's past season 2 of the anime by quite a bit. Alright, enjoy chilling in bed, Selkie. Yeah, we talked about the audiobook a couple times before, didn't we? I still don't have that. I'm fine reading it. It's just I haven't really felt the itch to read more recently. I think I'd probably... I don't know if I'd have to start over again. I honestly have no clue. Part of me is like, maybe I should start over when I want to get back into it. I'll at least like start at the beginning of the book I was reading. Because I think I stopped like in the middle of reading that book. Because I was mostly reading that when I was going to college. Like, on my way to college. And, yeah. Once I dropped out of college, I kind of just didn't really have that space to fill anymore, so it's just... I didn't really know where to put my reading time for Mushoku Tensei. Like, usually I'd read it, like, on my way to and from college, and then I'd continue reading when I got home, because I was invested, until I finished, like, a book. But, I just kind of stumped with that last one. I wonder how... I wonder how this boss fight works when you're only playing as Tails. I have zero recollection. It's been a while since I did a Tails playthrough. Oh, it's here. Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. I think that pillar specifically got me killed multiple times as a kid. Because I wanted to go through there with the Beyblade. Yeah, my reading manga days in the bus are almost over. I think I'll probably end up doing exactly that when I go to Dusseldorf. I'm gonna go to Dusseldorf at the end of May for Dokumi. Since I do have to ride the train for a couple hours, and the bus to get there. But after that, never again. I got my car. I'll never say never, I suppose. I think I have heard about that. But I think it's also way too little too late for that for me. Because Rayman Redemption exists. And it has existed for a little bit now. If I ever want to play the original Rayman, for whatever reason, the game's not very good outside of like the first 2 worlds. If I ever want to replay the original Rayman, I just play Rayman Redemption. That game is peak. But I do think I have seen stuff about the original Rayman getting re-released. I think it must have been on like some YouTube thumbnails. Because you know me, I don't go on Twitter. Or maybe like in one of those like Google article things that get recommended to me that suspiciously know exactly what I want to know. Like they know exactly when I'm like binging Final Fantasy XIV. They always know. It's like when I'm not playing Final Fantasy XIV, they give me 0 articles on that game. When I'm playing that game actively, they're like, hey, they're doing all this stuff with 14. I'm sitting there like, huh, how do you know I care? You sussy baka. But in reality, we all know how they know. we all know. Yeah. Whoa. Let me fly. Yeah. Getting all the achievements in this stage is going to be pretty tough as well. So apparently I need to be able to get... No, I think it's Act 1. I need to get like 6 big rings in Act 1 of this level. That's a lot. I think I found like 4 of them last time I played. But 6 is a lot. I didn't even know there were 6. That is pretty much every single Chaos Emerald right there. Yeah. That was a big boost. I don't think having a fire shield is all that useful for this fight. That's right. Thank you, little spike guy. I didn't need it anyway. Best part of the game right there. The game agreed. It even gave me a celebratory jingle for bouncing on that thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. 0 rings. That's the perfect way to start this fight. Can I just press the jump button? No, I need to fly into him with my ass cheeks. Okay, that is significantly harder than with Sonic. Okay. I'm kind of spooked now. I don't think I want to hit him on his way down. Tails, you're supposed to be the easy mode. Now, having rings would have probably made this a lot easier. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Having rings would have been great. Whoops. Well, let me. I only need 1. 7 works. Look at that big bounce. Absolutely gorgeous. I want to get to my one of my least favorite Sonic stages in this game. Okay, got a couple freebies in. I like how I just get teleported to the side. Hey! Oh, man. My controller's locked up. I don't know what happened in the beginning of that fight. My controller just kind of locked up. I think it might be connected with Bluetooth instead of my USB. Whatever. In that case, I shouldn't put my knee in front of it. You read something insane? What did you read? Spill the tea, my friend. Huh? Oh my god, are you kidding me? That was scary. This one I can't hit him on, I think. Maybe. That'd be tough. For this boss fight, they just kind of forgot that Tails is supposed to be easy mode. Like, whoops. My bad, G. Why do I need to, like, slap my ass cheeks into him? A real world treasure hunt of a chest that has a piece of paper on what the One Piece in? That ain't no way. that would be silly as hell. I suppose I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past One Piece. I suppose. Also, my internet needs to go back to green or I'm gonna be very angry. Get back there. That's the opposite of green. That's red, my friend. Let me pause the game. The One Piece. Oh, I can press triangle to hide the menu for clear screenshots. There you go. This is the moment where my stream started to shit itself. So you got this in 4K, guys? It's beautiful. This right here is the moment. There we go. It's coming back to green. Let's give it like a couple more seconds. Don't you do it. There we go. Should be fine. Okay, now, it looks like they've already changed the beginning of this stage quite a bit for Sonic 3 Air's level design. Actually, that might not be true. I think I lied. What a fun bouncing animation. I do absolutely adore Tails' running animation in this. It looks so cute, like especially the startup run. Tails was adorable in this game. He was so much cuter than in Sonic Forces, where he presents his butt cheeks to chaos. We'll get there. I mean, you know, I guess they didn't lie when they said the One Piece was real. They meant in real life. It's real. It's just gonna be like Oda's hard drive. It's just gonna be his hard drive of his personal computer. Don't you go back in the yellow, don't you do it. There we go. It's gotta be very violent. Oh, I'd like to take the balloons, actually. You know, I can live with yellow, sure. Give me yellow. I'm fine with that. That's red. That's red. Come on. I give a finger, you take a hand. Come on, don't do that. At this rate, I'm gonna have to stop streaming after this level. My internet keeps shitting the bed. I might have to take like a week off. Because like the end/beginning of the month is always a sensitive period for my internet. I don't know why. It's because my internet provider sucks. That's right. I'm calling you out, Telenet. You prick. Oh, really? Damn. Aw. Don't go. Good stop, please, internet. There we go, that's better. 600 million copies is kind of nuts. And I've only read, like, the first volume or two. It is crazy how huge One Piece still is. Like how long that shit's been going on. Uninterrupted. Just keeping going with the flow. One day I'll watch all of it. When I feel like I have nothing better to do. I'm more likely to read all of it than watch it, though. That makes sense. That it did get big during COVID. Most people were probably putting it off, like, hey, I'll watch One Piece one day. Then COVID happens, like, hey, I've got like a whole God knows how many days that I have to be inside. That makes sense. I don't know what I was doing during COVID, to be honest. I think I was just mostly doing what I'm doing now, like playing games, reading romance manga. That's the real One Piece. The One Piece is the romance manga we read along the way. I say, having like 0.5% of the context required to understand One Piece. I saw him fight the shark guy. I saw him meet Sanji. That was a fun character. He's got legs. Yeah. But, like, I feel like part of me, it's... Like, I think I'd still probably end up reading it. Like, the way that it would probably end up going is I'll get sucked in by that remake. Like, catch up to it, like, if it's at, like, its second season. Get invested and be like, hey, I need to watch the rest of that. But because I won't want to watch the original anime, I'll probably be like, hey, I'm just gonna continue reading the manga. That's how I'm expecting it to go. Huh, there's nothing up here. Who'd have guessed? Oh, I'm back at the beginning. Bom, 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 bom. Yeah, da, 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 da. I think my least favorite part of this level is so many of, like, the hidden secrets and the shortcuts bring you back to, like, 5 minutes earlier into the level. I mean, I care even less about the live-action version. I like animation because it's not real. And, like, yeah, CG and stuff exists, but at that point, I'm just watching more expensive, less quality animation. I don't like live-action stuff in general. Like, even the good ones, I'm not a fan of it. Like, I'm completely the wrong audience for live-action, versions of animated media. It's like, even on a fundamental level. Like, even if, like, for example, like, the Disney remakes, even if they ended up being really, really good, I would have still not liked them for most series. I think the exception for, like, the Disney stuff for me would have been Mulan and maybe Hunchback of Notre Dame. I feel like that one could be really cool in live action. As it's already a little bit more grounded outside of the Hellfire stuff. Oi, don't go in the yellow internet. Yeah, Mulan remake fucking sucked. But it's like, even if it was, like, if it was good, I feel like that would have been a good example. Like, that's one where I wouldn't have minded the live action stuff. Usually I think live action takes away from, like, the stories of these animated, films. Like, that's how I feel on it. But, like, Mulan, in my opinion, like, if they'd done that well, that could have worked. For me. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't want fucking... Oh, my internet's dying again. God damn it, man. Regardless, I'm recording this anyway. Like, I don't really want Jungle Book to be grounded, though. Like, that's like my issue with, like, on a fundamental level with these live action remakes. We're making it more realistic. We're making it more immersive by adding realism. And it's like, I don't fucking want Jungle Book to be realistic. I want my dancing, singing monkey and my swinging bear to be just that. Like, let them swing it with all the pop and stretch that's only possible with animation. And it's like, yeah, for villains and stuff, I can see that argument. Like, and at the end of the day, if you do like that stuff, like, all more power to you. But I personally think it takes away from my most, like, it takes away my favorite aspects of animation, especially when it comes to children's media and stuff. I did like the animated version. I think it's a great movie. It's not my favorite Disney movie by any means, but for me personally, I'm just 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna prefer the animated version. I feel like Jungle Book... Hey Neo, how you doing? I feel like Jungle Book in that regard, I do agree that it's one that fundamentally doesn't bother me as much. But because it was also just a pretty, like, it was a good movie, first and foremost. Like, even if I don't like it over the animated version, because, you know, I prefer animation as a medium, at least it was still a good movie, right? I don't know, I just usually think, like, adding realism doesn't... I don't think it adds much for me. Not really. It's working better, but not good. We've had some dips, more than I like, but, you know, it is what it is. We're strolling along anyway. It's Tails' playthrough anyway. Who gives a shit? It's Tails. Who cares? Tails doesn't deserve good internet to represent his playthrough. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, that got a live action movie? Or do you just mean the animated movie? Because I like the animated movie. How many rings am I gonna get at the end of this? Still can't go super though, so there's that. I don't think I want to go down, because most of these shortcut type deals in this stage just bring you back like 2 minutes earlier into the level for no reason. Oh. I didn't even hear that, so I can't really speak on it. I'm willing to take your word for it. I liked the original a lot as a kid, though I don't remember too much about it. Didn't it also have like a series of some kind? Because I remember like a musical intro for Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. I think that's like the thing I remember the most about Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Ow. You know? Oh my god, golly. No! Get away from the shock collar! Do not shock my dog, Eggman, you prick. Okay, can't hit him like that. Damage boost, the classic strat. See, stuff like this is why I do appreciate the 8-bit Sonic games, like the Sonic 1 and 2 8-bit, for trying the boss fights without rings for every fight. Like, every boss fight in those games had you fight the boss without having rings. That makes sense. It's a meta movie. Well, well, well. I'm not gonna judge that too early, though. I usually don't like meta movies, though, so... if I end up watching it one day and my mind gets blown, like it gets changed for some reason, I guess I'll tell you about it. But it's like, I used to really like meta humor and like meta commentary and stuff, but like, I just got overwhelmed by it. Like, I just got burnt out from it. And now I almost can't stand it. Oh, I think I have seen clips of the movie. Yeah, I think you talked about me. You talked about it with me once in a Discord chat. We talked about it before. I think you showed me like some clips of it. Yeah, now I remember. Okay. Like, you mentioning Sonic was in it awoke my memory for that. I didn't watch it, though, but I do remember you sharing some clips of it with me. Because of that meta aspect. Yeah, like, it's been a long time since I've enjoyed something that had, like, a lot of meta elements in it. I think I still don't hate it. Like, sometimes I think, like, if it's done in moderation, I like it in a video game every now and then. Right? Like, if they're, like, acknowledging, like, breaking the fourth wall and stuff, like, I'm fine with that. To an extent. But, I think the last movie that I liked that had, like, meta stuff in it was, like, the first Wreck-It Ralph. That I remember. There might have been some others, but none that I can immediately think of. Yeah, honestly, same. But hey, that's okay. That means that we can sometimes talk about the same topic again and be like, wow, this was a fun conversation. Then 2 minutes later, you can be like, huh, we already talked about this once. That means you got double the fun. Isn't that great? You know? Dementia's overrated. It's not that bad. Uh-oh. I love Ice Cap Zone, man. They massacred my boy in Sonic Origins. Because, admittedly, my favorite part about Ice Cap is its music. And, like, its visuals and stuff. The Sonic Origins didn't touch the visuals or the level design, but they massacred my music. I don't care what Michael Jackson conspiracy was behind it. Pissed me off. Why didn't they have the original Ice Cap music in Sonic Origins? Yippee! I did it. This time I think I'll take all the upper paths. Last time I tried to stick to the lower routes. Give me that one ring. Ooh, that one was about to fade out of existence. Okay, I think Act 2 might be my favorite out of the two acts in this stage. Because, like, if you stick to the bottom route, you go back into the caverns of Ice Cap. Whereas if you stay on the upper routes, you get to keep looking at this, like, bright background. I like that. I like that it has both of those elements. The PS3 Mega Drive version, I'm pretty sure it just has the original soundtrack. Because that one's just a ROM. Because I think that's also the version that was on Steam for the longest time. They didn't make any improvements on it, because any official re-release of just that game would have had a bunch of copyrights issues. I don't know how exactly it worked, but since it was just like a basic unedited ROM, I think they still got away with it for those re-releases. Because that was like the music was the biggest reason why we got like mobile ports and stuff for Sonic 1 and 2, and even like remakes in some minor cases like the 3DS versions, but we never got that treatment for Sonic 3. And it's because of the music. And I'll never know why. I don't know why. Like, part of me just doesn't want to believe in Michael Jackson stuff. I don't know why. It's not as if I'm particularly against, like, Michael Jackson having been involved with Sonic 3 soundtrack, but it's just like... I don't know. It's such a conspiracy theory. Like I don't want to lean into that. Yeah, like I'm pretty positive because if it's the same as that Steam version, then it has the same soundtrack. It's just the regular soundtrack. Origins uses the prototype version of the songs, and the only songs that are affected by that are the last 3 levels of the original Sonic 3. So that would be Carnival Night Zone, this level, and Launch Base Zone. Those 3 have different soundtracks. Grab some rings. Oh. I don't even know why I'm collecting those again. I have no purpose for it. Okay, now I think I did show off this boss as Supersonic. Just to show how easily broken he is. Because you could just stand still and kill him. Man. Oh man. Whatever. Got him. I like how it's just penguins and otters on this stage. It's cute. It's very nice. I like it. Time for Launch Base. I don't even remember what song this stage has in Sonic Origins. I remember being kind of surprised by it, because it sounds very different. But that one hasn't stuck around at all. Bam, 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 bam. Ba-dam, bam, bam, bam. I haven't noticed any of the Sonic 3 Air level changes. I know for a fact that Act 2 of this stage has some level changes, because there's an achievement that has it so that you have to beat the entire level without touching water, which isn't possible in the original version of Act 2. But it is in the Sonic 3 Air version, and the achievement spoils that, because they say, like, hey, you need to have the Sonic 3 Air level design to get this achievement. See you later, Luca. Have a good one. So that's how I know that Act 2 is definitely going to be, like, changed, at least in some ways, to accommodate that achievement. Oh, man. Go. Go, go. No. By all means. Weak brakes. I like the speed up versions. The sped up version of this level's soundtrack is so funny. Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Look at me, go! Go! Alright, let me get hit by the bumper. This level is quite the spectacle. I do like that. I don't know if it's my favorite. Well, I know it's not my favorite, but... I think this one... It gives, like, a very unique feeling. Because, yes, it's the final level of Sonic 3, but it's only the halfway point for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And yet it has this, like, very grand feel to it. It's like they cut out the climax, but this is, like, already pretty damn climactic. It's like they cut out, like, the final 10 minutes of the climax and put it at the end of the game. Because I really do like the vibes that this place gives, especially, like, Act 2 and the bosses. The bosses are so good. I love Big Arms. Big Arms is on, like, on the easier side, but I think I slightly prefer it over the actual final boss of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. At least the last boss of Sonic and Knuckles specifically. Doomsday Zone's fun as Sonic. But like the gravity switching guy followed by the Death Egg robot again, like, I don't feel super strongly about that one. Alright. See, Eggman. You chump. Now this boss is quite fun if you have the insta-shield. Because you're kind of like timing your like insta-shield button presses with this guy spins, and then you can just hit him whenever. As Tails, you gotta be a little bit more calculated. Not by much, though. I did it. Yeah. So cute. Tails is adorable. I love that little guy. Little goblin. Little gooner. Nope, goblin. I'm gonna keep goblin. Okay, let's try to do this stage without touching water. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so there was already rule number 1 broken. Oh, let me grab this. Oh. That was sketchy. Thank God Tails can fly. Go, 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 go. You know, let's see if I can get an electric shield. That'd be cool. Nope. We're in the gambling stage again. We get nothing for that? That's crazy. I want a refund. On every Sonic game I've ever bought for that one. Especially the last one that I bought. Because I'm gonna really regret buying Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. Let me go up here. Surely there's no water if I keep going up, right? With Bennett Foddy. More like Bennett Shoddy, am I right? It's the gambling one again? God damn it. I think it is related to how many rings you have. At least, unlike in Sonic Origins, I won't get clipped out of bounds. So that's good. Boop. Oh no, we're going down, fellas. Okay, we're still gonna be safe for at least the next jump. I think we're safe there as well. I'd like to get this achievement, my friends. I will not be taking a shower. No, sir. Go. 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 Good. Good. Let me just... Yeah! I think it's probably like my least favorite out of the bonus stages. It just feels so random. You know what? Let me take that. Oh, never mind. Well, I got a fire shield. I'll at least know if I've touched water. That would count as touching water, right? Because if you bust that pipe, you get drained into it. Which that would make me wet. I couldn't have phrased that any better. I'm sorry. Oh, am I really gonna have to go down a pipe? I don't want to do that. Can I not just go up? I am up, dog. I don't trust that pipe. No. Ooh. This must have been intended for Tails. No, that definitely counted as touching water. Let's restart the act. I wonder if it's actually gonna reset for me, or if I'd need to reset from the game's, like, specific, like, post-game completion menu. Because it does, like, if I restart like this, it does actually save, like, the big rings that I've collected. I know that from our last playthrough. So I'm gonna try to do it nonetheless, just for the experience, I suppose. But who knows? Man, there's gotta be a better way to do that. I know I got that on my first try last time, but still. What if I just fly as high as I can? I wanna fly high. Nope. So high I'll reach the highest of all the heavens. Can't wait till we get the Sonic Adventure 1. There we go. Did not touch any water. My balls are dry. After that beginning section, I think most of the stuff afterwards felt pretty safe. But could have just been very lucky. Who knows? Go. 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 I can sing along with this song. He looks so cute when he crouches. Tails' crouching animation is so gosh darn cute. Look at him. The only thing I'd add is a little W in his mouth when he does that, for a little ooh-woo. You gotta add the ooh-woo. That was on me. Okay, stopping on this little pillar is a good idea for flying there. It allows me to stabilize a little bit before I get to this point. No. Ooh, I'm getting tired. Ah, saved. Go. Go, go, go. Don't fuck with me, bird. Ooh. No, I'll just take this path. It's fine. I don't need to divert. I don't need to be cute and unique and stuff. I don't need that. Why would I need that? That sounds like it would be for chumps. Like this guy. That guy's a chump. That was mean. I shouldn't have said that. I don't need those rings. Just pop the capsule, please. The challenge said I wasn't allowed to touch water, not... I can touch fire just fine. Ain't that right, Tails? No! Please! Please don't get tired. Please don't get tired. Thank you, Tails. This is why you're the GOAT. I've always said so. Not using the pipe. We are not touching those filthy, disgusting pipes. What do you think I am? Mario? No, I'm Tails. Tails the fox. Not Mario the plumber. Ooh, that was a nice big jump. Leading into a nice little skip compared to last time. Isn't that nice? You know it's nice because I said nice like 3 times in that sentence. Invincible? I'm invincible! Cut to like the title flashcard. I still haven't seen Invincible Season 3. I know the people were very hyped about that one's finale, but... what can I say? I didn't watch it. Oh, I'm scared. I'm starting to go down. That scares me. Going down is scary. Because that down is where the water is. Snail? Oh, no. Those pipes were scary. Oh, we're at the end of the level. I think I want to try to fly through the checkpoint. Because I don't know if that bottom there counts as touching water. Yes, I did it! Fluffy fur must not get wet. That... as a Sonic fan, that one does kind of scare me. What do you mean by that? That sounds like so many wrong things. Oh. Oh ho. Whoa, Eggman, chill. Got his ass. Now I am the one who eggs. That's right, boy. I'm pissing on the moon! Hey, Knuckles. What is that little yellow nub? What do you think that is? It's very close to Tails' skin color. You don't... let's not think about it. This fluffy fur must not get wet. Time for cutscene. Still shorter than some of the unskippable cutscenes we'll see later in the series. Almost got shot. Ow! Give me the ring, thank you. No, you don't. No, you don't. That should have counted as damage. This fight is 10 times more fun with the insta-shield, by the way. I'll tell you why when he does the attack that I'm going to be referring to. Because these attacks you can still... they're still pretty fun to do. But I think it's this attack and the one he does immediately after. Right here, if you're playing a Sonic and you have the insta-shield... yeah, it's only if you're Sonic, essentially. You can hit him while he's down there if you time your insta-shield inputs well. And that's fun. That's a lot of fun. Okay, that doesn't work. My money. Go. Don't you go grab me. I'm like 6 years old, Eggman. You can't do this to me. That's the only reason this is a crime. Assault is only a crime when it's done to children. How are you gonna argue self-defense? I'm a child. Your Honor, it was self-defense. I needed to get into my mechanized weapon to punch this child. Yeah. Good job, Tails. I'm proud of you. Said no one ever to Tails. It's freaking Tails. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like most of the level design stays the same. It's just they change some things to be a bit more smoother and for like extra routes, I guess. Look at those little stick legs. He's like a chibi figure in this. His head is so friggin' huge. His torso is so small. Time for the next set of Blue Sphere stages. That's all that I know Mushroom Hill Zone for. Just for the more Blue Sphere. That's pretty much all we do in this zone. Then we'll finally unlock Super Tails. Alright. Let's do them in reverse order this time. Just for fun. Because you can do that with the Super Emeralds. That's pretty cool. Man, I definitely have some sort of like Stockholm syndrome when it comes to this song specifically. I've heard this song for so many hours, and somehow I know that in the past I was sick of this song. I hated this song at some point in my life. But I don't know why, but I like it again. It wasn't that bad. He loved me. This song, it loved me. Blue Sphere has always loved me. It never abandoned me. All my hours playing Sonic Mania Blue Sphere. Blue Sphere never stabbed me in the back. It was always there for me. Ready to collect blue balls. Look at that, we got the last Super Emerald. Isn't that great? Now we just need the 6 other ones. We're so honorable, we just rob Knuckles. At the beginning of the game, Knuckles might have been in the wrong, but I don't think he ever did anything that we should have robbed his house for. It's kinda messed up, I'm not gonna lie. Makes me sick to my stomach. How could we do something like that? We're supposed to be the good guys. Are we the baddies? Reason I wanted to go fast there is because I'm pretty sure... No, I misremembered. I thought there was an invincibility capsule there. Give me that bubble shield. The bubble shield. Yeah, oh no. Go back to the top route if possible. Yes, we make it. Nice. You know, if the vibes weren't so immaculate in this place, I'd probably hate Mushroom Hill Zone. Because of, like, how much time you spend here just looking for the big rings. Because, like, if you know that, like, you can get all the big rings here, you're gonna try to do it every time, because it's just convenient. Because while I do like the way that the special stages are set up in this game the most out of any classic Sonic game, I do think personally, like, special stages do kind of take you out of the main meat of the games, right? Honestly, I think on personal preference, on quality, I think this is the best. But when it comes to personal preference, I think I like the Sonic 1 approach the most if you have, like, near infinite retries, right? Like, with the retry system from Sonic Origins, I think Sonic 1 has the most fun special stage. At least the setup for it. I think needing to meet some condition before reaching the end of the level is the best setup for a special stage because that way you get to play the level to its fullest, and then when you're done with that, that's when you do the special stage, right? And you're only doing one at a time. You can't ruin the fun for yourself by doing them all back to back. Right? Whereas with both the checkpoint system from Sonic 2 and the Big Ring thing from Sonic 3, you are constantly interrupting the main gameplay within a level to do these special stages, which is why, if there's a way to get all of them in, like, one level, which is the case in both of these games, you tend to gravitate towards that approach more, because that way you won't have to interrupt the main Sonic gameplay with the special stages that you may or may not prefer, right? And even if you don't, like, feel super strongly towards them one way or another, there's still, like, sudden whiplash in terms of, like, what you're playing, in my opinion. I don't hate either approach, because, you know, like I said, I love Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 way more than Sonic 1. But, like, for me, I think personally, I would kind of, like, prefer, my ideal special stage would be one where you meet a certain condition, whether it's collect 50 rings or beat a stage in under a certain time, something that fits with the main goal of the game. And then, in case of, like, stuff like the 50 rings, preferably, I wouldn't mind if there's, like, a difficulty slider where, like, as soon as you collect 50 rings or, like, 100 rings, like, you can make it more, if that's a requirement. As soon as you reach that quota, borrow from Sonic Chaos, I think. As soon as you reach that quota, you unlock the special stage at the end of the level. You hear, like, a little jingle, and when you get to the end of the level, you get to do the special stage, even if you lose those rings afterwards. Because the thing that I never liked about needing to collect and keep 50 rings before getting to a special stage is that it encouraged you to play in a way that just doesn't feel very fun. It encouraged you to, like, slowly walk and take care of every enemy individually, because you don't want to lose your rings. And, like, you'll be afraid of going fast. Like, sections like this, you'll be braking constantly, because you're like, this section's gonna end with an enemy, and I don't want that. Oof. I definitely did not collect all the emeralds I wanted. Only got 2, I think. Whatever. Only got the fire shield. Easy. But yeah, I think I would prefer a system where it's more lenient on those conditions, because otherwise, instead of, like, focusing on exploring to get those rings, you're more so just trying to get to the end of the level after getting 50 rings in the most careful, safe way possible. And I just don't think that's as fun. Like, it's fun to master, I guess, like, on repeat playthroughs of Sonic 1 and 2. I do enjoy, like, having a bunch of rings and trying to keep them as I'm playing, like, the levels that I'm already used to. But, you know, I guess I just like bitching. Don't take it personal. Isn't there another... No. Big ring. I'll take that. Okay, so we only got 2 in the first level. It'd be nice if we could get 4 in this level. And if not, I suppose, I think the level where I get the most big rings in Sonic & Knuckles would either be... Surprisingly, Sandopolis is one that comes to mind. And Lava Beef Zone, especially. I think I know the most secret locations in Lava Beef Zone. And between Ice Gap and the Lava Reef Zone, those two are my favorite levels in this entire game. So, I wouldn't mind grabbing some big rings along the way for that either. But I think I'll have it by then. I think I'll have the 7 Super Emeralds by then. Yeah. I've been practicing, like, car maneuvers and stuff. And, like, this weird, like... Because, like, I've been driving around mostly. Like, that's the most I've been doing, just driving around normally. But my mom told me about this, like, little car park where there's, like, a bunch of, like, fun, like, parkour-esque things that are, like, designed for practicing, like, car maneuvers. And conceptually, I love that. It's a great thing. It's a super cool thing to have. I think that just locked me out. That's cringe. That's so cringe. Let me restart. But yeah, like, conceptually, I think it was really cool, and I think the stuff they have there is also very cool. But here comes the but. The place where it's at is probably the last place I would have put it myself, personally. It is, like, on a road that is very slanted. It's like one of those, like, bow-shaped roads. You know the ones. Where, like, if you're trying to turn in them, like, you essentially, like, need to use, like, a hillside maneuver to, like, brake on time and then, like, switch gears, go forward. Stuff like that. And, like, I don't really have a problem with that. But there's also a dedicated bridge for practicing, like, hillside maneuvers that you kind of need to turn to to be able to go on it, like, after leaving, like, the rest of the park. Which is funny because, like, you need to do essentially hillside maneuver stuff to be able to get to that bridge in the first place. I just think that's kind of funny. What's the fastest way to get here? Because I know there's an achievement for getting 2 invincibility boxes back to back. Oops. Let's get the restart act. I think if I just grab the red spring there, we're good. Nah, I don't make that. No shot I make that. But I'm pretty dang sure that that's the one that I need to make. Nice, big ring. Okay. That'll do. That'll certainly do. I don't know why I was feeling spry like that. I've also been seeing, like, because recently, like, the stuff that's been fed into me by the algorithm is the stuff that feeds my hate and stuff, right? Like the Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green remakes and stuff, but I've seen some screenshots of the new Pokemon game that just got revealed through, like, Wind and Waves or something like that. And the screenshots I've seen at least look pretty fun. They look good. I probably won't be following the promotional stuff unless, like, YouTubers I care about make, like, videos on it. But I know that I'm very harsh on Pokemon, because to me, I feel like they've dropped the ball more than they've thrown it. But, you know, if the next game ends up looking good to me, I'll pick it up. Because at least the idea of Pokemon's always going to be interesting to me, even if I don't jive with the games very well. I'm not going to be one of those people that says, oh, I'm a Pokemon fan, I just hate everything they do. Because I'm not a Pokemon fan. And I do hate everything they do. But, you know, I can at least say I like the idea. How am I doing? Jesus. Oh, it's because there's a box here. After images on the swing there looked silly. 10 out of 10. Nice. Oh my god, this is so much faster than collecting all these rings. We'll need to collect all the rings again anyway when we get to Sonic Mania. So I have zero qualms about doing what I'm doing right now. This feels so nice. I think I'm gonna use, like, the Steam achievement bug thing. The cheat machine on Steam to get rid of my Sonic Mania achievements. So that we can re-unlock those when playing that game. I guess I should do that for the other Sonic games on Steam as well, like the adventure games. Because I do have all those achievements as well. Though, I don't think I'd want to stream how I got the multiplayer achievements. Because that shit's embarrassing. In case you don't know, I have zero friends that are Sonic fans, so you bet your ass I got those achievements by playing by myself. I just plugged in 2 controllers, and I played by myself for like an hour and a half straight. Very sad. Okay, looks like we'll only need one more in one of the next levels to get Super Tails. Not jumping immediately into the middle here. So weird for me. Gotta run into my blue balls, I gotta grab them. I think when I first played Blue Spheres, I was pretty dang confused. Because one of my first Sonic games was Sonic Rush on DS. And that game... Actually, no. It was Sonic Colors on DS that got me confused with Blue Spheres. Because Sonic Colors on DS had special stages with Blue Spheres, and Yellow Spheres, and Red Spheres. And you had to collect them in, like, a different round each. I don't know if that was Sonic Rush or Sonic Colors for DS. It was one of the two. And because of that, I was like, oh, when I got to these stages, I was like, oh, first I need to collect all the blue ones, then the yellow ones, then the red ones. It's gonna be easy. I'm just not gonna touch any of the other ones because that was my strat in Sonic Colors. And you know, it didn't screw me over because once you collect all the blue ones, that's it. That's all you need to do. But you know, I was definitely a little bit confused when I got my first Chaos Emerald. It's like, dang. I like the squeakiness of that thing. Very fun. I'm prone to liking my squeakers. You think there's something up here? You think? No. No? Alright then. See ya. That was an epic trick shot. Get pwned, Eggman. This is a cool second boss fight for a game. Whoops. In general, Mushroom Hill for a first level in a game, it's pretty cool. Angel Island as well. Like, both Angel Island and Mushroom Hill are, like, so much better than Green Hill Zone clone number 37. And I like Emerald Hill, but let's be honest, it's Green Hill Zone number 2. Let's not lie about it. A much better looking Green Hill, but still. God damn it. Internet, don't do this to me. I'm waiting. I'm pausing the game right here. I'm waiting. My internet was doing so good for like the last, what, 30 minutes? Come on, don't do this to me now. Don't you do this to me. I guess it's just my internet reminding me to take a sip of water. Then it'll be green again. Yeah. It's still yellow. Red. Not okay. False alarm. It went green for a second. Are you gonna make me quit before I even get Super Tails internet? Are you gonna do this to me? Are you gonna blue ball me this hard? Oh, 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 that's what they're doing. It's not getting better. Come on, do it for your old pal, me. No, not worth it. All right then. Fine. Be that way. It is what it is. I think I might just end up, oh, maybe. No. I think I might just end up tying, today's VOD. I might end up just, like, editing today's VOD into tomorrow's, if tomorrow is better. So that we just have one long Tails run through that I can upload to the VOD channel. I don't want to upload like a 1.5 hour stream there. Just to like get the next quarter of a part there. So I'm gonna call it here. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Peace.